Hi, and thanks so much for joining. It's Patty from pspapercrafts, and it's Friday, so we're doing another fun fold. Today we're doing a double point fun fold card. And I thought that when I saw these cards, a lot of them had an old die that had points on the top and came down and points on the bottom. And I thought that was a double point. But this is a double point, this flip part. So you can use any kind of shape on the front of it. I'm using some brand new product from the new catalog, which comes out May 1st, 2024. If you're watching this in the future, it's probably old. But as of today, this is a brand new product from our new annual catalog. And I'm using some of the new in colors. So this is the Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper. And I'm going to show you just because you haven't seen it yet. Each side has kind of this swirl of color, and then the other side has, well, I guess they don't all have that. Some of them have both swirl of colors. I'm still learning everything. I love this. I almost used this, but I went with this because I wanted it to be a little bit lighter. But that's really pretty. Isn't that pretty? And then we have this, which you could probably cut out, you know, a circle or an oval and get some of those, or fussy cut them. So I think they're just really pretty. And they have our new in colors. So the new in colors, there's Petunia Pop and Pretty in Pink, which is this lighter pink, I believe, which is an old one that came back. And then there's Summer Splash. Let me just see. It's a green. There's Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock, and I'm thinking this might be Summer Splash, and the darker green is Shy Shamrock. I don't know if that's in here or not. And then Peach, what is it called? I had to step away and go look. It's called Peach Pie. I don't know why I can't forget that, because I love peach pie, and I think that's this color. So aren't they pretty? And I just love this paper. These are great for like die cutting flowers and things to get kind of a variegated kind of look to it. So that's the paper. It's called Unbounded Beauty. There's a whole suite of products that go with it. And then there's some dies and stamp sets. There's Unbounded Love and Unbounded Love dies. So this is great. It has so many sentiments. It's really cool. And then this has all kinds of labels that some of them nest, some of them just stand on their own, some of them have parts of flowers on them. They're really cool. So on this one, I used the Country Corners dies. I love these. And they kind of nest, so I used I think it's the third from largest and then the second from largest. And then I used the You're a True Blessing, and then this little framelit. And this actually cuts out two pieces. It cuts out an inside piece that's stitched, and then it cuts out this outside kind of scalloped and stitched piece, which is more of a frame. So that's what I used on this card. You can put another die, maybe this size, on the inside. I thought about doing that so you know where to write, because you don't want to write where it goes on the outside here. But I think I could just remember to write my message in the middle. So that's the thing with these cards. You want to make sure that your words aren't reaching out. So that's this card. And we are going to use some other new product and make it using this Country Birdhouse stamp set and dies. And I am going to use the dies, the Birdhouse dies, to create this front piece here. So these dies, the stamp set is great. You can stamp this and color it, or you can create your own little birdhouse by cutting the pieces, and that's what we're going to do today. I have all the pieces cut, but there's this big frame, and then there's this little scallop piece, and there's this piece. So you'll see, and then you have all these flowers you can cut and leaves. You can have it hang with a bow on it. You can make, the top a couple of different colors. You can have it stand on, a fancy stand. So there's a lot you can do with it. We're going to do the basic birdhouse with the flowers. And I'll just show you the paper. So this paper is all these kind of wood designs, and they're really, I love the colors. So this is the piece we're using, and we're going to use the back for part of it. But isn't that pretty? I can see doing a lot, and I think this is so cool. But it's really beautiful paper. I love a wood grain look. And I love this. I think that's pretty. That would make a nice birdhouse as well. So I love that we have, you know, a wood grain pattern again. It's so pretty. The other thing is, with this set, it's a suite, and the suite has another whole stamp set and another whole set of papers. And this is called the Country Lace, and these are all lacy patterns in different colors. So very dainty and pretty. I love this color. And the stamp set, let me just put it aside. There's the Country Flowers stamp set and dies. So you can have this little table and a pitcher and a pot, and you can cut out with the wood grain, which I think is really cool. And it's very pretty. So let's get started with our pieces. But before we do that, I want to just tell you about something. I just found out about this. We have a starter kit special, and this is during the first month of the new catalog. It's May 1st through May 31st. And in the US, I don't know how it is in other countries, but in the US, typically our starter kit is $99, and you get to pick $125 worth of products, whatever you want. You know, could be clearance, whatever you want. It's a good way to get started on some of the new products. And then there's free shipping with it. And then after that order, you would get your discount. So you would actually be joining as a demonstrator. It doesn't mean you have to do videos or sell. You could just, most people are actually hobbyists, or you can do it as a business and sell it to your friends and family or whatever. But on top of this $99 to get $125, you're going to get free in color products. So every year Stampin' Up! Comes out with 5 new in colors, and they last for 2 years. So these are the colors I just mentioned earlier. So on top of $125 of what you want, you're going to get all the new in color stamp pads. You're going to get a pack of it's the multicolor, so you have, I think there's probably 2 sheets of each color in it. You're going to get a pack of the In Color Designer Series paper, and the patterns this year are gorgeous. And then you're also going to get the Stampin' Right markers. Those are the water-based markers. So all of this is a $82 value. And I don't know if this is backwards for you or frontwards, but it's an unbelievable deal. So this starts May 1st, and it goes through May 31st, 2024. And if you join under me, you would be part of my team. And, you know, you can contact me, Patty, at pspapercrafts.com. And if you just want to know more about it, or you want to set up a call to talk or whatever, just let me know. But this is unbelievable. So you're getting over $200 worth of product, right? 82 and 125 for $99 plus free shipping. And that's always a nice little perk. And then after the next month, you would, or the next order, you would get the 20% discount. All right, so now let's get started. I have the pieces cut. So we're using basic gray, and the inside layer, I was going to do smoky slate, but I think I want to keep it with the white. So that's this piece. And I will have all the measurements in a project sheet, and there's a link below, the description, little paragraph, and then there's links to my online store, to my blog, and to the project sheet. So don't worry about writing anything down. And then I have 2 pieces. These are 4 by 3, and I am going to score each one on the 4 side at 1 inch. So let's push these aside, and I'm going to get my trimmer out. And I'm going to just score it at 1 inch. Okay, and then this one at 1 inch, and you can't see it at all because of the wood grain. I almost did the birdhouse on this side of the paper, but I decided, oh, I cut it. Oh, no, that's not good. Okay, let me get another one. Okay, I'm back. I'm talking so much, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. So we want to score it at 1 inch. Okay, and you really, I went back and forth a lot, but I wasn't pressing too hard. You don't want to press too hard because this paper is a little thinner than cardstock. So I know you're seeing me go back and forth, but I really wasn't pressing too hard. That's just kind of my rhythm, I think. So now you're going to take these two pieces. These are going to become this piece here, right? The top and the bottom, but we want to make points out of it. So we are just going to fold it so it's a tiny, just a smidge below the score line, because you want it to fold nicely. You don't want it to go right up against it. And then you're going to fold this one. And they should meet, not overlap, meet in the middle. I think I went a little bit high on this one. I'm going to just go a little bit down. Okay, and then we're going to just burnish them. And this is our point. And we're going to do 2 of them, so that gives us the double point. So now this piece will sit right like this. And then you're going to attach whatever piece we're going to attach a birdhouse to it. So let's do this one as well. We're just going to, and it is important to go a little bit below that score line. Because if you go up to a score line on a fold, it's a little bit too bulky and it doesn't fold nicely. So easy. And now we're just going to adhere these to the top and bottom. Now, if you were to stamp something on the inside, you would probably want to do that before you add these, because if you have a mistake, then you have to either cover it or add these again. I am not going to stamp it, I'm just going to write in it. But if you did, you'd want to stamp in the center. And what you could do is lay your piece that's coming down. So we're going to do a birdhouse on this one. So you can lay it here and either draw a pencil mark around it so you can see where to write, or just kind of get an idea. Now there's not much room to write here with this, so I'm going to give you another suggestion at the end of this of what else you can do. So let's get our liquid glue, and we're just going to glue these down so that they stay put. You could use a glue dot for this, but I like to have it nice and down flat. Okay, and then we're going to put some glue on this part. We're going to do the same thing to the other piece, and we're just going to lay it right like this. We want it to go end to end here, so it's 4 inches wide. We want that 4 inches there. So easy, right? Looks like it would be hard, but it's not once you understand the steps. And of course, you know, I found this on Pinterest, my go-to place, and there were so many of them. I don't know who to give credit to. I don't know who invents these things or creates them, designs them, but I am always impressed by the steps to put it together. And then this is going to come right here. You want to make sure it's end to end here. And again, on this, you don't really want to go all the way up to the score line because you want it to fold nicely. So you have it. And you can pick whichever way you want it. Now this is going to go right onto your card base. So your alternative is to actually put this on a card base so that it would open this way and then this way. I'm not going to do that, but that is an option if you don't want to, or if you put it on here and then decide, well, I really want a card base because I want to write a long note, then you can just add this right on here. Okay, so I'm just going to, you know, do the card the regular way. And I'll just glue this down, and I'm just going to lightly put it here. The top and the bottom have more glue because they're kind of covered with that designer series paper, so there's more of a layer there. Okay, now I'm hoping this works out okay with this. I think it will. Cute, right? So I cut the birdhouse out of this paper, and I have this little trim piece. I looked at the back of the paper, and the back of the paper tells you the colors in it. Okay, so one of the colors, I was like, well, what is this kind of yellowish color? And it's wild wheat. So that's in here. And I decided, so this is the paper. You don't see it as much in here, but see this? I don't have as much in the piece I cut. But I decided that I would put the wild wheat as this little trim. And then I have basic gray. I guess this goes down a little bit further. I'm going to put the basic gray down first, and then we'll put the trim on. And I thought this is also a color in there. There's a lot of grays and browns, and so you can really use anything. And let me get, because I feel like I'm going to do a lot of gluing, my silicone mat. Oop. And I'm right at the edge. I don't want to get this all sticky. Then I'll have something stick to it, and it'll give me a problem later. So I just want to get this in place. So we're just going to build our birdhouse. And I think this is just a pretty little trim. I almost did the smoky slate on this, but I wanted to, you know, just a pop of color. It's kind of a neutral color. And then there's this piece that comes down here. And then we're going to decorate it with some flowers. And the flowers you can either stamp and cut, or there's a bunch of dies with flowers and leaves. I love it when it does that, or when it has those kinds of dies. Oops. See some white going over there. Okay, so the flowers, there's all different sizes, and they kind of cut and emboss, so you don't even have to stamp them. They're pretty cool. And there's this piece. You have a die for this, and I'm not sure. Got a piece of fuzz here. Let's see. Driving me crazy. I'm not sure about the hole. I think I'm going to fill in the hole. So it cuts out the circle, and then there's the hole in it. And I kept that. Let me just pick it up with this. I'm going to put that right in there. I mean, you could put it with a different color, but I just thought I'm going to keep it and just put it there. I think that's okay. And then I did this for practice, but we're going to do it again, because I had it here because I wanted to see the colors I wanted. But let's do it again so you see what I'm doing before we finish building with all the leaves and everything. Let's get a scrap of paper. So this is the one I use. I'm going to use black memento ink, and I'm going to just stamp this cute little bird. And I'm using black memento ink because I am coloring it with Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol markers. And I am using Balmy Blue, so I'm going to use the light Balmy Blue. And I'm using the kind of the bullet point because it's small. I've been using this mostly lately just to make sure I have more control. The other end is a thicker, kind of like a brush end, or kind of like a flare. So I'm going to just color this all in the light color, and then I'm going to add some dark to the wings. There's tons of people out there that do all this great highlighting and all of that. I just color. I'm just a colorer. Maybe someday I'll learn that stuff, but I think it looks okay. I like that there's the black in it. And the black is really, the lines are really guides to help you in knowing where to add some darker colors, but I'm just going with it. So I'm going to use the darker on the wing. And I love coloring with these. These are the alcohol, the Stampin' Blends, different than the Stampin' Write. And there's different purposes for that. And last week I sent a little cheat sheet to tell you when to use which kind of marker. And if you didn't get that, just email me and I'll send it to you. I have Stampin' Blends versus Stampin' Write markers, because there's definitely different reasons to use them. So I'm just barely touching this. This is light wild wheat, so I'm tying the wild wheat from that little frame in. And let's get the embossed stamping cut in the emboss machine. I always have a hard time saying that. It's such a mouthful. And we are going to get the die that goes with the birds. I have this open, which is a little dangerous. So where is my bird? That's why it's dangerous. Did I leave it out? Oh, here it is. I have to get these on my, I keep them on magnetic. I haven't done it in a while, but I usually, the mini catalogs I don't, because they're only out for a few months, but the annual catalog, I like to put them all on my magnets, my magnetic sheets. So this is just gonna like wrap right around the bird, and I like to just hold it down with a piece of sticky tape, post-it tape. I don't think they make the post-it tape anymore. Somebody had asked me about it. They have similar on Amazon, and it's just a roll like this. It's just like a sticky tape that's, you know, removable, not too sticky. Just enough to hold your little birdie in place. So let's get rid of this. And now we have our bird. We'll put this die back. Isn't it cute? So let's continue on here. So I thought I would have the bird like perching here. And then I have all these flowers. So this is the Petunia Pop, one of the new in colors. And then this is Pretty in Pink. And I just thought we'd kind of put them around, and then the leaves are in soft sea foam. So we'll just put them around. And what I'd like to do is put them all on my glue dots and then arrange them. And the glue dot is right in the center of the flower. So it makes it, actually I'll leave it on there. It makes it easy to put things behind each other, like put a leaf behind a flower. So I'm just going to line these all up, and then I'll come back and add them. Okay, so they're all lined up here, and I think I'll put the bird on after. And I may put him on with a dimensional. I'm kind of winging this, so bear with me. So I am just going to start putting flowers all around. See, now I can put this underneath it because I have the glue dot in the center. And let's see, I want to get like a variety of shapes here. And I think we need some of this. Oh, I ripped it. Wow. I pulled it off funny. I guess we won't be using that one. I use it? No. All right. And then we'll put some leaves. And I only put the glue dot on one of these leaves. I didn't put it on both. Let's see where we can kind of shove it in there. Okay, and we'll get some of these single leaves. And if it's too long, I would just snip it. Sometimes that just makes it easier to add it. Because these do have long stems, I'm going to just snip them. I like the 2 leaves. I like to group my leaves into 2. Oh, maybe one more down here, and I think I'm done. Okay, and we'll just under here. There we go. This one I don't like that the stem is showing through. Let's see if we could pull it off. Hopefully I don't ruin anything. The stem was too long for me. Might be okay for you. All right. Okay, and then the bird could be right here. And I think I'll pop up the bird with a dimensional. And I'm just going to put it right down here because he's going to kind of hang off above. Isn't that cute? So now this is going to be our piece right here. And it's just on the edge there. I think it's really cute. Now I don't have a sentiment. I think I'm going to put a sentiment down here. We'll see how that works. So excuse me. We are going to put glue just down here and down here. Or no, just down here because we want this to open. So we want to kind of get an idea. We only want glue here. And this glue is strong. You can use tear and tape if you want. So we're just going to come down here. Okay. And then we're going to close it up. That would have been bad if I put glue at the bottom. Then it wouldn't open. Then you would definitely have to put it on a card base. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. But isn't that cute? And then you could just write a little something in there. And I thought we would put some of the new in color. See, these are all the new in colors together. Aren't they pretty? So these are the shimmer gems, and we'll put some of them in the centers of the flowers. And I thought I would do alternating, so I'll do the petunia pop. Is that the petunia pop? Yes. On the pretty in pink, and then the pretty in pink on the petunia pop. It's not very noticeable, but I think we're good. And I think that putting gems in the center of flowers really just makes it. I'm going to show you a card I have on yesterday's blog post, and it was my color. I hope you're not hearing all that noise out there. They're building. There's a lot of construction going on where I live. And I'm right at the window. Do I want to put one in there? Let's see how it will work. Right in there. Right under that bird. See that? So pretty. Let me just show you this card from yesterday. So this was for my color challenge. It was Basic Gray, Highland Heather, and Fresh Freesia. And I used the country flowers. I used this kind of jug with this piece, and then the flower market. And there's no sentiment on the front, but I'm okay with that. It's very cute. The way I got these leaves, I wanted to stick in the basic gray. I just brushed on some ink with a blending brush on just a plain basic white piece of paper, and then I cut it with the leaf dies. And I got all these different leaves, but they're light. So I thought that was pretty. But anyway, back to this. This is the double point fun fold card. And I think they came out really good. And again, you can put this whole card on a regular card base if you have more than a little, you know, happy birthday. Oh, I wanted to put happy birthday on this. Let's do that. So I always have little strips of, do I want to do basic gray or black? I think I'm going to do black. I always have these when I cut down my inside layers. There's always this 1/2 inch piece, and I keep them in a pile. And we'll see how this is going to look. It's very, very tiny. I could probably even make this smaller if I wanted to. And do we want to... Let's banner it. And I use the banners pick-a-punch. Is that what it's called? I'll have it in my the supply list that I usually have in my project sheet. I'm going to just pull this in a little bit. You could hand banner it. I'm not very good at that, so how is that? Happy birthday, or should we have it up here? I think I like it up there better. So I'm going to put that on with dimensionals. You don't have to have anything on this. You could just, you know, write a little thinking of you in the inside and you know, call it a day. So on this one, I have it right on that piece of designer series paper. The sentiment. So I think that's cute, right? See these? They add so much. They're so sparkly. So this is the card for today. Come back next week. I'm working on my new calendar for next month. This is the last fun fold for April, so the last Friday in April. So come back and see what I've got planned for next month. Thanks so much. Have a good day.